Hello and welcome to the I think 15th episode of the Road to Greatness podcast. Let me check real quick. It is the 14th, my bad. So we are here. We're on time. Say hello, you two.
Hello, hello.
Oh, season's greetings.
Yes, Nathan was not able to join us today, but it's all good. Uh we're just gonna be talking about a little recent news. We haven't talked about politics in a while. We'll cover that. We'll cover the politic thing after the first thing because we'll do it in order. First things first, we are going to cover the Doctor Disrespect news. If you don't know who Doctor Disrespect is, he is he's a Twitch streamer slash YouTube that became a YouTube streamer that did a lot of disrespecting to a lot of people. Let's just say he was disrespecting his wife and disrespecting the law
Yeah, a lot of
by talking
law.
to a minor.
Disrespecting the age of.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So first thing first, we'll cover over the relative news since some people who watch our podcast don't really know. Um. On I think it was actually Friday of last week. That Doctor just this week is probably this is dating the episode, but this is June it's June 28th. I think it was either June 22nd or June 21st, which was either Saturday or Sunday. I'm sorry, Saturday or Friday, where we found out that Doctor Disrespect, why he was banned from Twitch. 4 years ago, Doctor Disrespect was banned from Twitch, and we don't know why. We never knew why, and we always thought it was like something where like it was a contract deal. It wasn't something like too crazy. Like he was doing something shady, like with like deals. We No one thought it was like there's some people out there probably thought something illegal happened, but it wasn't like no one really pushed that theory. We just thought it was like something weird. Then, so 4 years later, we get a news from a ex Twitch employee who was like a higher up in Twitch. Like he dealt with the partner program. Um, and he told us he's like, hey, uh, the guy got banned because he was talking to minors on the with our message with the private messaging system in 2017, and he basically said, and that's kind of what happened. Um, Everyone didn't really. He never said the name of the guy, but everyone kind of knew it was Doctor Disrespect. So a bunch of news came out. Like everyone was like, "Oh, he didn't do it. This guy, the guy who said something's kind of shady, he's being weird. All this other junk that was happening, and then it finally, and then Doctor Disrespect responded, and his first response was
He
not good.
admitted it. He admitted it.
Yeah, it was pretty
Response,
rough.
the first response was so bad. In fact, Taylor, did you know the person that I saw someone who had like top comment on his first response? That was Dado's wife. It was like one of the top commenters of like the Doctor Disrespect first response. She was
It
like,
one.
yeah, it was Dado's wife saying, "Oh yeah, Dad didn't say you didn't say you didn't do it. You just said that you didn't get held accountable for it."
Hmm.
Basically. And that was funny. I was like, he's not wrong. So later we go through the weekend, and we hear news that his studio that he founded dropped him. That's that has to be bad when the studio you founded is dropping you.
This was before he ever put out a statement, right? He
Yeah,
said
this is
that.
before
Yeah,
he
this
put
is
out the
before he
statement.
did that.
Yeah, and we have like clips of like him finding out that he's getting dropped,
Oh, that
and
was
it was
fun.
just like, yeah, it was so funny. It was a clip of him playing Elden Ring, and it has Elden Ring music, which is very ominous and it's very like dark and stuff. And you can just hear it in the background, and he's just like, I'm thinking about quitting streaming. I'm just gonna move away, and it's this ominous music in the background. Um, so yeah, his studio drops him. Then he releases his confession. And let's just say that was probably the worst confession I ever seen. Ever. Because he edited the comment 3 times. Because in the comment, he basically said, I inappropriately messaged a minor. Deleted that part. Inappropriately messaged the individual. People were like, we can see the edits, right? And he re-edited it back in the minor part.
How
So
many
So,
times
bad.
can put in minor again
so
stuff?
yeah. So yeah, he came out and he said that stuff, and it's funny because over the time, like he's been really weird. Like he's been really weird, slowly becoming more and more right wing, leaning throughout the years that he's been off Twitch. And like a bunch of his boys, except for one, it's been kind of they've just been a part of his like gang, and they've been like, yeah, he didn't do it. I believe him. I stand by him. And one of them is a guy named by Nick Merckx.
Mm,
Taylor, you want to talk about Nick Merckx?
not really. But Nick Merckx, I used to think of him
That's a
as
word.
a proud ambassador to Controller Gang. I've known Nick Merckx,
Oh, you guys go way back? You know?
not way back. I've actually been in a Call of Duty game against him before.
Oh,
That was kind of cool. But I used to watch his S&D games and when we do wagers and stuff like that. But basically he's a used to be one of the biggest streamers in the world. I would still say he still is kinda, but when he left for Twitch, kinda got a little loosey goosey with his beliefs, doing the whole anti-trans thing.
Gotta stay away from
Um,
those kids.
yeah, gotta save the kids, as all Republicans will claim that they care about, but yet somehow they're always the ones that are messing with the kids. But
whoa.
that's,
That's neither here nor there, as they say.
I guess they really must be doing all the saving.
Oh,
But anyway, but Nick Merckx is he's a joke of a human. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's the epitome of once you get the bag. Sometimes I think that they just become afraid of everything. Um, and it. I mean, to be quite honest, it's just a right wing way of doing things too. It's fear. It's like fear. Dude, once they get money, it's like, oh my gosh, who's gonna take my money? So they're just afraid of everything. And if you're afraid of just someone because of their sexual orientation, you might need to take a look at inside yourself, boss. You got
Well,
some real scary problems going on.
well, I'll go into a little bit of detail before that happened, though. I will say this: his reasoning for going down the like rabbit hole of being a weirdo was because during his one of his like on Twitter, he he was being fucking stupid and seeing how like there was like people that were not from the fucking town, that there was a school that was like saying, hey, trans rights is real, all this stuff. They were like supporting trans rights. So people from the town that are from a town over, some from random places, started protesting at the school, going to their school meetings, and attacking like the actual people, like the homosexuals and trans peoples. He comes out and says, "Stay away from the kids." When it was like and that is like a dog whistle. That's like a dog whistle for like, hey, we don't want these trans people to be around here, to be messing around with our kids. And everyone was like, whoa, Nick, we didn't know you were like that. You should probably take back the comment. He doubled down, kept doubling down, and just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was awful. And uh, it it like Taylor said, he was a good person, but now he's a piece of shit. Um
he fell off low
and
key.
yeah, but the main thing was he was saying protect the kids. Well, what do?
They got your mans.
Yeah, yeah,
They got your mans on sex assault charges.
yep. So and recently with the two, like recently right now, like today, we saw that Nick Merckx got banned, which
Mhm.
he got banned today on Twitch. His and what happened was he said tranny, um and it was a derogatory term and got kicked off Twitch for a while. Oh, and Dr. Disrespect supposedly got arrested. Like the guy, the man that plays the character of Dr. Disrespect has possibly got arrested.
The man behind the mask.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say his name because it's not really relevant. It's not important. But yeah, he got arrested. He's
I don't know.
gonna
I think
be
we'll hear about
he's
it
supposedly.
if he gets arrested.
Oh, no, they're saying
Oh
that it's
yeah.
been debunked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
I don't believe he actually did.
it would be like,
Yeah, he wasn't arrested. Yeah.
Okay. But Nick Merckx did get banned. And honestly, I hope he gets perma-banned. I hope he keeps commenting. I hope people keep gaslighting him while he's on like Twitter. And then Twitch is like, okay, you're not learning from your lessons. We're just gonna keep you off. And stay gone. You can go to Kick. You can go with Kick with all the predators and just stay away from Twitch. You can stay away from YouTube as well because I hope YouTube bans you or demonetize you if you come on YouTube and try to be fucking weird. Stay off.
I don't
Stay
know.
off
YouTube let
everything.
Doctor Disrespect come over, so I don't know. They'll do
Well,
anything to Nick
YouTube
Merckx.
didn't know. They were warned, and that's why they were like, "Hey, don't do deals." Twitch warned YouTube. That's why if you know, YouTube never gave a deal to Doctor Disrespect.
Right.
Honestly, Doctor Disrespect should have just taken the fucking deal from fucking Kick. You remember when he was
Yeah, he
like,
probably should have.
yeah, like
Then they
why?
offered him 50 million.
Yeah, he was. It's like, didn't he say 100 million or nothing or something? Like it was weird. It's like, brother,
Yeah, he wanted more, I think, per year is what his problem was. Because he saw what XQC got 100 million. They offered him 50 million. And he was like, well, and it was another offer, and y'all gotta up that number. So he wanted more money per years uh for his time. And he also didn't want to do the Gamba. So but then his deal that was offered by Kick, the Gamba wasn't a part of it. Um,
The
but
Gamble. What's wrong with that
yeah,
guy?
uh smart man. Well, at least in that aspect, I guess. But on the other piece of it is they finally stopped his memberships on his YouTube channel, I think yesterday.
good.
Um so they
Yeah,
They
stopped
like
all
they
monetary.
demonetized him.
Yep. All
Wow.
mhm,
monetary from, I don't know, completely demonetized, but I do know there's no longer memberships. He can't get any money from his memberships or subscriptions
mhm.
as we call them on Twitch.
Oh, I
Uh
can't join the Champions Club anymore.
you cannot. I guess you could sub to
No, I
him,
can't
but
enter the arena.
no, you can't do that.
Oh, thank goodness.
So they did do that much. I did see a report on that one.
Mm. That's good. That's good to
Mhm.
hear. Um. So yeah, Doctor Disrespect. That's kind of the news. What we left off right now. He is on a spiral down, and I hope he drags the commercials with him because fuck both of them. Um. Other than that, but there was one other guy that's kind of part of their group is Tim Tatman. Tim Tatman is the only good one,
I
in my
hope
opinion.
I hope he's spared from the.
Well, he was before he became a Twitch streamer, he was one of the people that like helped protect like
Yeah, he was
children.
like a child care worker.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, he's
I
chill.
I hope he don't.
I think he needs to separate himself from Nick too at this point. Like they're both gonna drag him down.
Yeah, because I mean they're. I feel like Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman are closer friends than like Nick Merckx and Doctor Disrespect.
Yeah, but like
Because,
I know what you mean, but yeah. It's just like I just think uh when you like it's just like they're just awful people.
hmm.
But yeah. Except for Tim. Like I said, like except for Tim, like, like Nick Merckx and Doctor Disrespect are just shitty people. Um
Well, yeah, it comes back to, Nick just made a long line of decisions, and when you think about it, he after the whole little school outburst thing, and then what He got so much support from right wing, and he was like, "Oh, this was amazing! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! All I gotta do is just say like f trans people all day long, and then everything would just work out." And to a point, they did. Then once the Call of Duty bag dried up because of the skin hole catastrophe that was, and even Tim kind of like semi, kind of apologized, whatever, kind of tried to move on. Nick was all like, "Oh, I'm gonna, put my flag in the ground even harder. I ain't got to play this game anymore. Yeah, ha ha ha. I'm gonna just play Apex." And then, what happens? He runs right on back to Call of Duty. What else are you gonna do? And
Like,
it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't think he realized, or he's too stupid to realize that all he has to do is simply apologize and move on and just go about your
ignore
day.
it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
don't. You can just ignore it and just apologize, move on, ignore your thing. Also, I was wrong. It was the 15th episode. I don't know why I thought it was the 13th. I'm looking at my stuff. I was like, oh no, is it actually the 14th episode? Because I looked at my cards. I was like, oh no, I named the last episode 14. And then I looked. I was like, okay, we're good, we're good. Uh, but all right. So back to,
Mhm.
back to the thing. Back to like yeah. But yeah, we uh, it kind of sucks. But honestly, fuck Nick Merckx. Fuck Doctor Disrespect. Tim to Atman. Hope he gets. I hope he gets separated from those people. I don't like if he wants to continue like playing with like being with those like his friends, like whatever. Like it's not big deal. But like
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Ninja does it. I mean, Ninja plays with both of them, and I mean, like, it's the same thing. Ninja understands the piece of like just being a content creator. All the content and creating all of that, that's difficult. Being a decent human being is not. There's things you say, there are things you don't say, and there's people who have an opinion, but you just keep those things to yourself. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
just better to just shut up, dude. Just leave it in your brain. Leave it in your brain, broken brain, and just don't say a word.
Leave it
And
alone.
for whatever reason, they get so Americanized. I'm American.
Americanized.
I get to say what I
Oh,
want to say. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, buddy. And we get to put our dollars where you where we want them to go to. And I think if people freaking understood that, content creators mainly, because broke people can get it. Like, broke people understand, and that's all you'll see. Why didn't he just shut up? Why can't he just shut up? Is that simple? Us with little money, we understand that all you have to do is just shut up, dude.
Yeah, but I think when you get to that point, it kind of goes to your head.
Yeah, they have ego. They're egotistical, man, and I don't. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shout out to him. We're I mean, if I had a little liquor, I would take a shot.
You're pouring one out for
Mhm.
Right.
Nick Merckx.
Oh no, I'm not
Well,
pouring
we
one out. I'm
definitely.
pouring one in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might
Oh,
pour. I might pour some. I might
Uh,
pour one in a little after this game, after this podcast.
I think
uh,
the right one is to be smoking on that Nick Merckx pack.
yeah, well, I'm not a big smoker, but
Yeah,
so
yeah, no, I get
yeah,
it.
I'm not smoking either.
Yeah, me
yeah,
neither.
and
But
I need to live a little long. I think a little alcohol won't bother.
That's right.
yeah, let's go on to the Atchie thing where the politics part of the
Oh,
week. Yesterday for us, like I said,
Thank goodness we have our
there
local
was a
political expert here.
mm,
we
Guide us through these troubling times.
yeah.
America's Jover, everyone. It's Jover. It's
Mhm.
actually Jover, and we're about to get trumped. Uh, that's something I saw.
Mm.
Um, because we got two old farts. And that are two are candidates for president.
Mhm.
My hope is that maybe Biden finally wakes up, which is not likely. Wakes up and realize, oh my God, no one believes in me. I need to step down.
He actually, oh, stepped down. I was gonna say he woke up today in his little rally. I saw in the clips. I said, "Why didn't you do that last night, Joe?"
Because he's
He was
reading off a teleprompter.
no. There's no teleprompter on it. Oh, you're talking about today. Well, I just mean the
Yes.
energy and the
Well, what I
on like the
saw,
Teleprompter.
things he was saying.
so he did have a teleprompter, but there's also another thing you can see. If you go and look at like a clip from like CNN's YouTube channel during his rally today, so there's he's in Atlanta and well no, he was in North Carolina at that point. He
Yeah,
went to
that was
Raleigh.
wrong.
And so there's a apparently there was definitely a decent amount of black folks at the festivities. And there's a lady who basically goes like, "Yeah, you tell him, Joe." And you can
That was
actually
hyping him up.
see,
Yeah, that was hyping
yeah,
him
they
up.
were hyping him up, but you can also see that he cannot walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. He has an issue to where he will start a sentence and then he gets into his groove of what he wants to say. But anytime there's an outburst or anything else that happens or any other distractions, he's like a dog that has to like click and look over and it's like, what is going on over there? And then it breaks his train of thought and then he begins to fumble and stumble. And I think that's just it's a sign of the times. Um, on my way coming home from work last night, I called my mom and was talking to her. I was like, "Oh, we are so done." Like it's just, I told her, I was like, "Did you see that disaster?" Because I only got to see a little bit of it. It was absolutely horrifying. Like it was that was true elder abuse.
I think my perspective of it was warped because I was expecting it to be worse. So when it
Mhm.
wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, I was like, "Let's go! This is awesome."
Oh
So
no,
I thought it was hilarious. I think that's just because like I said, my expectations were in the gutter already.
yeah,
So to see him being able to respond to like sentences, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
I f-
Um,
yeah.
Wait, you thought his performance at the debate was fine, or the
yeah,
after debate?
no, the debate.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. He did worse
no,
than you did.
that's see, that's why that's what I saw everyone's reaction. I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" But I'm realizing it's just because my expectations were like, in the
Lola,
ground. That's why.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, my expectation. What the thing is, I see like my thing is, my expectations were low, but it was not low. It was not low that he could not respond to things he had a free layup on, like an
yeah,
open layup. Like that's my biggest issue. That's why it's bad, Michael. Because it's one thing if he was like if he didn't finish a sentence. It's another thing he didn't finish a sentence, go and then goes off on a tangent about something that he should have a free layup about.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like most of his criticism was the exact opposite. The things he was saying wasn't that like bad. It was just like how he was saying it was terrible.
All right,
It was like he
I'm.
sounded like he was dying and he was like losing track of what was happening. That was all the
I got
criticism
one
I saw.
example
Oh,
for you.
go ahead, Taylor.
It is the worst one. There are certain things that you say, and there are certain things that you never ever say. And it went back to the piece of abortion.
mm-hmm.
Abortion is the one thing, dude, that Lord knows that Trump is just absolutely just he's bad on.
Oh, he true.
And they
That's true. He
actually
could have dunked him on that. That's pretty true. That's
Yes.
pretty
it
true.
was so
Okay,
bad
okay,
because
okay,
no,
okay,
the
okay,
first
okay. I'm
thing that
sorry.
he said was there's this lady that got raped and murdered by an immigrant. Dude, it was like, what are you saying?
Yeah, yeah. That
By
one was
an
pretty
illegal
bad.
dude, that was in the first 10, 15 minutes. My mouth at work dropped. I said, "What is that man saying?" Because he's literally talking about an illegal being a rapist, and then he talked about in the same sentence, he brought it to talking about a terrorist with Al Qaeda come across the board. I said,
Okay, that's pretty
I
true.
could not believe
Oh,
my ears. And then that's the line I think where Trump basically says, I don't know what he said there, Dan, but I don't think he knows what he says. But anyway, it's just like, oh my gosh, we have like granddad at the wheel right now, and he needs to like somebody needs to pull him over. I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm actually happy because CNN tried to give him as many layups as humanly possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that honestly, it was a catastrophe the way that it was moderated because there was no fact checks on either side, which was bad. They were literally just saying, "All right, President Trump, President Biden." Like it was nothing. It was not like that was pretty rough. And I truly do wish that they literally would have just
I
fact checked.
prefer that over the way that it was in the past ones where they argue with the moderators the whole time.
I don't know
That is just
because there were so many lies. I agree. If you had two able-bodied people, 2 50-year-olds maybe, yeah, I'm down. But they're just lying on both. Even Biden was over there like, dude,
oh
Biden
wait,
wasn't
no,
even saying
more.
true facts.
Yeah, he was talking about like immigrants. It's like, brother,
I think
like
it should be a little pop up, like a little ad on your TV. That's like, actually, that's not true. I don't think they should the moderator should say it because it's just
Oh, don't worry. With AI, we got you.
yeah,
I
yeah, no, that literally they have a little AI extension,
yeah.
factchecker.now, and it just overlays on whatever live stream you're watching the debate on
I
and
would
says,
actually like that, yeah.
mm,
but
But,
yeah,
but yeah.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I have, bro, when you have the Democratic candidate talking about illegals and calling immigrants talking about a rape, I couldn't believe my ears. I was just like, "Dude, that's not what you say." And,
there was a moment like that for Trump where he said it was one of those things where you just it's like one of those things that should never be said out loud when they were talking about Israel, and he goes, "I think Israel should finish the job," and I was like,
oh, yeah,
"Okay,
he did say that because
you just can never utter that sentence out loud, man. Like that
like,
is just
finish the job, like, do you know what that means? Or no, the
seriously
other piece and dude, what he's describing is literally uh, like what the Nazis did about like he wants to round up every single person that's an illegal immigrant in the entire country and deport them house to house. We getting them out. I'm like, dude, that means you have to mobilize a military force. That's, I mean, we already got the police in this country, but like, you have to like do something door to door. You're ripping apart families and everything like that. Like, that's insane.
yeah,
Or
that'll
the
never
other
happen.
piece about when he talked
That's just
about
yapping.
freaking the immigrants are taking away our black jobs. I was like, the black jobs,
Oh my god.
there's only a job for us that we can do. There's no one else can do these jobs.
Oh,
Like it's so bad because he's just he was literally like a corpse that could not answer any questions, dude. Like he could. There's so like, dude. I look, Lord knows, I don't really want Kamala to do the whole thing, but like, bro, you put Kamala up there,
No, we're
it
not.
would 110%. She could at least answer the questions, and she could actually hit him back
But
on those.
nobody likes her, man.
I know nobody
it
likes her,
doesn't
but at the
matter.
same point, literally he's
It doesn't
losing.
matter. It does not matter, Michael.
No,
It
it
does not
does.
matter.
If you're gonna pick a new
Yes, it does.
candidate,
No, no,
No, no,
no,
no.
you want
It
someone
does.
who's
Michael.
gonna
We
Right
last.
have
now,
done
it does
no,
not.
no. There's been
You
polls.
wanna
Michael, no, stop,
The
stop, stop. You
poll
don't know what
after
you're
someone
talking
that,
who's
about.
actually
You
liked.
don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're
the
talking about.
Oh, shut up, man. What
We literally have done polls. No, we have literally done polls where just any normal ass Democrat, which is
Yes, but
Kamala
yes.
Kamala
Harris
is
to the
not normal.
tree.
She's
She
not
know.
normal.
Okay, look, she's not.
She
No,
is
no, fine.
not
She's not
normal.
even not be normal. But right now, before yesterday was 44-44 all basically, and then in a poll immediately after that, which I think took place this morning, you're talking 50% on Trump's side. It's dude, when you have somebody asleep, it don't really matter. Like that, what's going to end up happening is the Trump people are going to vote. Maybe some swing people will vote for Trump, but if you don't have anybody that's competent, then
What
what's going to end up
swing
happening?
voter is ever looking at Kamala Harris and saying, "I want to
Hey,
put my vote
because
for
you could
I
simply
would.
just
Harris"?
you could simply combat him from the dumb stuff that he's saying. Like that has to be a thing that we got to think about. Like it's
There's just much better options out there than
oh no,
okay,
I'm
like
just saying Kamala's a better option than what we have right now in jail. That's a
that marginally better. That's
hey, and sometimes the margins is all that matters. To be honest with you.
I'm just saying if we're in the territory where we're making a swap, if a swap is
Hmm.
happening, the swap is not Kamala, dude. That's all I'm saying. Like if we're
Well, no, I would
Oh,
if
agree
we're
with
in
that.
swapping
yeah,
territory,
we
But no, here's
agree.
the
we're
thing.
not
Here's
swapping
the
with
thing. If
Kamala.
Joe doesn't get swapped out, you know what's gonna happen? We gotta pray that he make it, and then if he doesn't, the swap's happening anyway. So what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah, well, that's
so the swap will happen. Like, dude, the idea that on after the debate on CNN, they was like, "I'm getting a text right now from a senator who's like, I don't know if he'll make it next week." Like, dude, it was
okay, dude.
that's wild to say, but like it's true. That man looked dead. And even on the thing today, where Jill Biden was like out there, and she's like, "Joe, you answered every question." I could, bro, it looks like a
Let
doggone
her hype up her man.
that
Calm
look.
down.
Stop. That looks
Well,
Hey,
exactly
well,
like elder abuse, where
what?
they're
that
just
yeah, that
leading
was
and
it.
walking that man down. That
That's
is
real
a
elder abuse.
like I don't
That's
that's
real
tough,
elder
man.
abuse. Everyone called it elder abuse. It's real elder abuse. They can't.
It's bad. But
I honestly think the difference is from that to the debate to the tonight. It's literally
mhm,
just comes from the time of day. Like once it's like late night,
mm-mm, mm-mm.
it's
Mm-mm.
like the processes slow down.
Stop.
No, I'm
Okay,
being
so
No,
serious.
okay, look, I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
let you
about like
have I'm gonna let you
I
have that
honestly
thought.
think that is why we saw two different Joe Bidens from last night from to today.
X bars, I'm gonna let you have that thought, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's not that. Because Joe Biden and them, remember, typically debates are always done by the national, I forget the group that does it, right? This was all conjured up by Joe Biden and goading Trump in order to do it. When a lot of
Yeah.
people was like, "Hey, don't do it, don't do it." You know, we don't really need this because everybody's afraid of Trump actually doing a debate.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
rightly so. So what ended up happening is they're doing it on Joe Biden's actual on Joe Biden's actual like his group's thing, the place in Atlanta. That was his thing. Doing it at that on that network. There's certain moderators. Joe picked all of that. And you can't give me the time. Then he needed to have that thing at high noon because it
I
was
mean, I'm not.
bad.
I mean, there's a very real possibility that they don't have his best interests in
no shot.
mind. You know what
What
I
look,
mean? Like,
I pray the dark cabal is cooking up a new candidate right now. Because this is
listen, that's a real discourse that's going on right now.
it
Is
better
that
Well,
happen
is
fast.
that
I remember seeing like so. I remember watching Hassan. And he was talking about Gavin Newsom. He said Gavin Newsom slipping something to Biden to kill him or something, so that he could get
Bro,
he could step in.
when Gavin Newsom, they asked him that question yesterday, "Are you gonna be the new candidate?" And bro, my man was smiling ear from ear. He's like, "No, no, no, we got our guy. We got our guy." Dude, he was cheesing. But everybody's saying they'd rather have you. He's just smiling and just walking. I was like, dude, he knows. Like, dude, I pray that's what's happening here. I
Hmm.
pray that when we get to the thing, because here's the thing, debates don't typically happen this early. Think about it. We're in June. Debates don't happen till later. And then also he pushed it up. And thank God the team did push it up because we haven't even made it to the convention. So technically they could do some dark cabal-ish
yeah, that's
things.
why people are debating that it might have just been to be like, all right, we showed off why we need a new candidate, and
But
now
we
we
need to
need
sit them
another.
down fast, Lord.
I'm,
Because I told my mom, I said one way or another, something's got to be done. Because I said if not,
Hmm.
Trump's got this in the bag easy. Like
Hmm.
this will be the easiest victory ever. And that's so sad to say. And I was like, either one or two things got to happen. They got to switch him out. I said, or Mother Nature's, I don't know,
oh,
because he looked bad, dude. Last night,
come on.
you can't stop.
Okay, but you
That
can't say
Michael,
man,
that. You cannot
Michael,
say
that
that.
man was bad,
Come on.
Michael is bad.
bro. When he said did you see when he said we're gonna beat Medicare? Trump literally looked at us like,
That was pretty funny. He said we beat it to
bro,
death.
Funny, Michael, this is not funny.
That was pretty funny.
beating Medicare, dude. I have seen it all.
This is not funny, Michael. We got a man, a corpse, talking like we got a dead man walking.
It's rough out here. That's all I can say. But
They should just go ahead and golf off for the president.
dude,
Fund
that
it.
bothered me too.
Fund it.
Them having
You
a
know,
golf
golf.
off. I couldn't.
Oh,
I have never seen such an ignorance in my life. A golf off.
So Joe's an 8 handicap. He's him.
there was a
Anyway, that's
artist.
I ain't got much else to talk about politics. We need help.
RDC, there was an RDC World video where it was
Oh
Mark.
no.
He was looking. He was looking. He was doing a fake debate, like a pseudo debate. And he got to the golf part. And he had his bags back. He looked at his account and he had like negative $71
Oh
in his
my
bank account.
goodness.
He couldn't
Um,
leave the country.
what I will say is that a lot of people are like, oh, well, nobody would ever do that. Like do the whole like replace him. The only way that it
Why
happens
not?
is that if like the donors truly do it. Um,
Mhm.
because I
The
don't think
donors were
he will not step down by himself.
the donors. Did you hear the donors comment where they were like, yeah, we're done. It's over. Why did it? Why did we? It was like a bunch of donors came out and there was like, I don't know.
Bro, the freaking New York Times, dude, they did a freaking opinion piece talking about the emperor has no clothes. Dude, we are bringing it back. Like we're bringing classics back at this point. When the emperor has no clothes, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we got to do something. This country is cooked. Like it
Uh,
is professionally cooked.
hmm I really do think that if we get Gavin Newsom back in, we honestly, because I don't really know if he talked about anything about like the Israel stuff. He probably has, and he probably has done like the usual Democrat, like the conservative Democrat stuff.
Oh,
But
I
like,
wouldn't doubt it.
yeah, but like he probably has kept his opinion on the down low. And I honestly think if he comes into the race and he replaces Biden, you will get 90% of the people that were against Biden's like policies of Israel. Because all Gavin Newsom has to do is just stay quiet. He doesn't need to talk about Israel. People can he just has to go to places where they don't talk about Israel and he just stays quiet. And because he that's all he has to do. He just need if he goes in office, Biden can do all his fuck ups with Israel. But Gavin can just stay quiet and be fine, in my opinion. Like if he becomes, he just has to stay quiet. Like I as a person, I would vote for Gavin Newsom because Biden is just stupid. He's so dumb. It's like because like even like I was like I've been watching all the political stuff and said why would we vote for a Democrat who's doing a border wall when you're supposed to be a Democrat? You're supposed to support. You're supposed to be against like all this dumb stuff with the Republicans. You're not supposed to
Yeah.
be hard on immigration. This isn't a winning topic for you. This is a losing topic. Because why would we want to go to you if you're gonna do that?
Yep. And
Yeah.
I truly do just hope that it's all gonna be just okay. Um, I'm just a little bit fearful. But like I said, I mean, it's gonna get to a point to where if you know if Biden is the best we got, I mean, don't get me wrong, my sad self, I'll be there to vote. But a lot of people will simply just look at it and just be like, I'm good. I like this is just ridiculous. Yes, it doesn't take a lot to go and vote. It don't take a lot to go walk yourself into the poll booth and all that. But, you know,
Pokemon, go to the polls.
and sadly in this country, we don't make it a priority because we don't even make it a national holiday. And any kind of effort to do so is always thwarted anyway.
Hey, get your man Vivek in there. He'll get it done for you.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You think he's gonna be the vice president?
No,
No.
if he is, I would be amazed.
I
You'd
have
mean
no
to tell
idea
me,
who he's gonna
bro?
pick.
They literally remember the thing. There's a clip of Vivek Ramaswamy basically saying, "Yeah," and he basically said like, I can't vote for you because you're brown. Like that's something
That's
that somebody
bullshit.
told him in the Iowa thing. Like, yeah, no, that's not happening. I
Yeah.
would be amazed if that happened.
Who do you think is gonna be his vice president? I'm. Well, it could have. If that dog lady is gone, that the lady that killed the dog, like
Hmm.
she's out. She's out 100%.
Who's the
I
dog
Um.
think,
lady?
what's her name? Christy Nome. I don't know if that's the right lady or not. I might be conflating two different people, but I truly don't think I don't know. I'm kind of under the on the idea that like it's probably going to be nobody's going to know until the convention
Mhm.
cuz
Speak,
he has no
speak,
need like there's no need like you could use that as almost as like a momentum booster. It'll be like, "Oh, look guys, we got a VP. Woohoo." But like there's no need. Like he's just vibing. He does his thing. He does his bigly. We're gonna win like you never won before. Whatever he just, like he doesn't have to do anything right now. There's like no competition.
hmm
All he has to do is lie, and I don't know, man. I think we're cooked.
Yeah, we're cooked. It's so funny how a fucking this guy is about to lose to a felon. He's about to lose to a
Oh yeah.
criminal. He's literally
He's
about to
back
lose
in
to a
it, and he's
criminal.
gonna be able to run
What?
for it. Easy
He
clap.
couldn't capitalize on that last night either.
He tried to, but then he just couldn't finish.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. We can get off politics now. We can talk about some games and stuff. For me, um, a bunch of games got updates. Me and Michael played an update for Dark Tide. There's some actually, Michael, there was some stuff that we didn't look at that was added. Like our weapons can be like you can customize like even more stats of the weapons.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, I didn't see either, but me and Grant were looking at the patches and it was like more customization with your weapon. I was like, oh okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we played some Dark Tide and we did the new mission and I tried out some of the new weapons. They're okay. Like the shock mace seems interesting. The bolt pistol, I know people like pistols, but like and like some of the pistols are very good, but I just cannot use any of the like those pistols. Those pistols just feel
one
awful
was it?
to me. It's a bolt pistol.
Bolt.
It basically in Warhammer, bolt weapons are basically like missile shooting weapons.
mm.
Like they're like the size of like monster cans, shooting out of like a gun and blow and like kind of exploding. But yeah, they're missile shooting pistols, and it's a missile shooting pistol. So it was like I just don't like it personally. Um, maybe I'll try it again in the future, but I never liked any of the bolt weapons. The bolt weapons just shoot way like you don't get enough ammo if you're not like a veteran
Mm.
and stuff. So um, we did that update. Warframe got an update in between where there's a new quest line where you play as one of the villains. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, the stalker, and it was the quest line. Uh, it answers some questions, but then it made like 20 more after the storyline. Um, I don't really want to go into spoilers, but I think everyone that has watched our podcast knows about it. But there's you're playing as a villain that was in the game very early on called the Stalker, and he's basically like a Warframe hunter. He usually goes after your Warframe when you're leveling up stuff, and like he tries to kill you and stuff. But yeah, so we were like wondering why he was like working for this one other villain, and we find out why. He was basically trying to keep his wife alive, who's also Warframe, who's also pregnant.
That's a
So
lot going on.
yes, and so Warframes they can't get pregnant. So like everyone was very confused. Oh, so we were like, how did that happen? Like before they turned into Warframes, did she become pregnant?
Power of love.
Like it was like, and then she birthed in the mission at the end of the mission. She she gives birth to a Warframe baby.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Been a
yeah,
little
it's
interesting.
All I'm getting out of this is that new Ember skin better watch out. Is what we're learning from.
okay, Michael. Save it for when Proto Ember comes into the game because, and then there's rumors that came out later where there's this big update that's coming way down the line, like probably at the end of this year or maybe like middle of next year, called Warframe 1999, and it seems to be like a thing where you do
99.
yeah, we're racing against the clock, and supposedly it came out that there might be romances with the Warframes, but they're proto Warframes, so they're basically humans, but with the Warframes powers. And so there's a rumor that you can romance them, and I'll wait until when the actual update, the actual like TennoCon happens. But that seems very interesting. We had a little conversation about this in our little group chat, and everyone was like, "How old is the character that's gonna be romancing?" Because you have like characters, and I was like, "The character's an adult because he has a beard. Your character is an adult and stuff." But people thought he was a teenager. I'm like, "No, he's not a teenager. Your
Drifter?
character, yeah, Drifter's not a
He
teenager.
doesn't really look like a teenager.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's a
You're
grown at
you're
grown
like your Tenno guy kind of It looks like.
Yeah, the operator, which is
Yeah.
the kid version of you, is like a teenager, but the drifter's on the adult. He
Yeah.
has like wrinkles. And it's like
Yeah, he's like old man. Yeah.
he's not old
He's
man.
giving middle age.
Yeah, he's
Give him middle age.
like late, maybe late 20s or mid 30s.
Like just a little past Taylor. Is what we're
Whoa, that's
looking
crazy.
at.
That's messed up. I wasn't gonna say it.
No, I'm
I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it.
That's crazy.
sorry.
But yeah, yeah, that's what's happening, right? That's happening. Warframe, Destiny's happening. Destiny's like kind of in the lull right now. It's not in the lull. The expansion is still out. Like there's still a lot of content to do, but it's kind of in that period where the first season has technically already ended. And so we're waiting like 3 weeks or 4 weeks before the next season or episode for the content to get more content. There was news about how like Iron Banner is gonna have 2 weeks.
To what?
2 weeks?
2 weeks of Iron Banner, yeah.
Oh my.
People were like, "Who asked for this?"
Oh,
on Twitter.
are there gonna be different roles each week for like weapons
No,
and stuff? Oh,
no.
that sounds kind of a little lazy, but I'm sure they keep it fresh some kind of way. I'd
Yeah.
imagine.
I hope they change it. Yeah, they changed the mode maybe like on the second
Yeah.
week. But yeah, that's what happening. Destiny news. What other stuff? What other games that we've been talking about? Taylor, have you been playing any new games?
Not exactly. Although I am a bit excited for this is nothing new, but I'm gonna play a little Valorant.
Oh god.
Console
Oh wait, no,
Valorant
your console Valorant. I forgot. That's actually
console
good.
Valorant is having ranked. That's very exciting. Uh, for the masses. Um, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that plays. I don't think there's gonna be I don't know if it's out yet or not. Actually, I need to check. But other than that, I mean, I need to play a little bit of Apex, but that's been so long for that too that I kind of like. They're still on the same season, so like nothing's changed. They released quads in Apex this week, if I'm not mistaken, for their event special, which is something I definitely want to try. Like
That sounds
3,
chaotic.
yeah, 4. I don't even know how you. Holy moly, dude! A 4v4, bro. Imagine a third party in that. You're just like you're just. I don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. So I kind of want to try that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't think I have anything new though.
Did I talk about Final Fantasy?
Not in this podcast.
Oh, okay. So the new Final Fantasy expansion came out. I've been for early access. I've been playing that all day, basically. And it was a good one. It's a pretty good expansion. Well, okay, I won't say pretty. I literally just finished the first dungeon. They changed a couple things. Like my favorite class, favorite DPS class, Dragoon. It's awkward to play at the moment. I have to get used to what they did about it, but like it's very awkward. Because but like I've been playing a bunch of tanks, my usual tank, which it hasn't really changed at all. Like that class literally didn't fucking change. It changed mid last expansion, but it didn't change this expansion, so it's like it's just awkward.
Mm.
What else? The story. I'm like, I've been kind of skipping a couple cutscenes. And that's taboo in Final Fantasy if you're not like one of those people that just don't give a shit about the story. I technically care a shit about the story, but they literally were making us do the pin trade up, thing where there was this guy who had a pin, that traded up to a house. We basically did that storyline in Final Fantasy. I was like, to just get a thing to help the person tame an alpaca. I was like, why the fuck do I care about this shit? I said, fuck this. I'm skipping this because this is me helping someone tame an alpaca. And I was like, I don't care if this is supposed to be a trial. I just don't give a shit. So I'm skipping this whole entire shit. I know what's happening and I know what's going on. It's just sad. It's like, and I skipped all the cutscenes for that part. I was like, I cannot get past this part without skipping cutscenes because there's no way I'm fucking doing this shit. This shit is not. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's just us taming an alpaca and trading money, trading up to things. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm not touching this shit. I'm not looking at this. I'm not watching this fucking thing. I really don't give a shit about the characters that we're helping out. Like I care about the person that we're mainly helping out, but I don't give a shit about my party members that are with me. I don't. These are my least favorite of the party members that you're hanging out with. They're all my least favorite, and I'm like, and there's one other guy who I don't like. I'm like, oh, we talked to him like for a couple minutes in the last expansion. I was like, I don't give a shit about these characters, and it was pissing me off like thinking about it. And I'm like, I rather hang out with the people because the characters that we're hanging out with is two kids, a fucking emo kid, almost an emo brat, a basically a chill princess, and a researcher. And like,
Mm.
I just don't give a shit about most of these characters. And it's like I feel like this might be the worst. This if the story doesn't pick up and people don't actually connect with these things, this might be the worst. This could be the worst story expansion one. Next, we got Stormblood was bad, but like I honestly didn't like my Stormblood as much as people were complaining about. But this
Mm.
like people will I don't. I think this is just the first knee jerk reaction. I hate it. I hate it. Awful. Fucking awful. It
Mm.
better pick up. It better pick up because this shit is awful. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Final Fantasy at the moment. I'm having fun still. It,
That's good. That
it,
counts for something.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Uh,
something.
Michael, you got anything you've been playing?
I've been trying out
League of
some
Legends?
new League of Legends game mode on
Oh,
the
jeez.
server. It's like a
Vampire
First
Survivors.
Men.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can support that.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty fun. I don't know how much content it's gonna have like from now to live server.
Mm-hmm.
There's like three different like difficulty levels, which is cool. So there's like replayability to it. You can like
Mm-hmm.
max out like keep like the currency you get max out your stats for later runs. So it's pretty fun at least for like a couple gaming sessions. Hopefully they keep adding stuff to it, more weapons, more characters, all that stuff. Um, but it seemed like I don't know, it seemed like structurally sound. Like the mechanics worked well, the upgrades were fun, the weapons were cool. So I don't know, it's a Riot Games. You've done it again. No, I don't know.
Oh,
But
okay.
it seemed pretty interesting at least.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a full 1 hour episode, but I feel like we did talk about a lot of stuff today. We can just if y'all down, we can just end it here.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
close to an hour. It's 55. It's 54 minutes. So
24 minutes. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
good, but
Well, I would just tell everybody to go ahead and make sure you take a look at your Hearthstone collections. Reno did get nerfed again. So sad. 10 mana card now. What'd you say?
Doesn't matter. I saw that dude. I was like, oh man, they got my boy.
They keep. It's getting harder and harder to play Hearthstone as a control player.
Okay, Warrior's still top tier deck.
Yeah, no. See, that's the thing. Yeah, if you're putting control to one thing, that's bad. Like I'm trying to play Death Knight because I want to get Golden Death Knight.
This is good.
Yeah, Priest is okay. It's not great because still the tier 1 2 decks are like, they're just so much aggro, man. And I just hope that this new expansion, which looks kind of fun actually. Some of the cards are actually looking pretty lit.
Yeah,
Um
but good.
yeah, no, I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good expansion. I say it every time. I buy it every time. But like the I mean, they do that. Like they already know. They said, "Oh, yep, we know we got them, boys." Like I do. I
It's
pre-ordered the
coming.
expansion, but
When is
I
the
just
expansion?
need. Wait, what'd you say?
Is it coming out soon? The next
Hold on.
expansion?
Soon. I
They
would
did
not
that,
say.
where they like release one legendary as like a promotional thing for it. Give you that, they give us that one card.
Yeah, marrying the fox.
And the
Um,
manager.
oh yeah, the manager now. Yeah. Um,
I don't know if that's a
I think it's
promotion
in
or a
two.
promo.
Yeah, that. I think it was a promotion. But I think the expansion is it 3 weeks. I could be wrong. I don't
Did
have
it
it.
say that? Oh,
Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me. I think it's in like 2 to 3 weeks. Um, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be fun. No, no, we got probably a little ways to go because they're still releasing cars. Because I think today, some road cars got released.
oh,
Um, which you know how I feel about Rogue. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get to it and play Rogue, I guess. But
keep
we'll
saying
figure
that,
out.
but I don't know if you're ever gonna do it.
I'll do it before I quit officially Hearthstone. I don't know
Michael,
if
did
I'll live.
you?
That ever gonna happen?
Yeah, I
Michael,
don't
did
know.
you did you get it? Yeah.
I'm 2 games off of
Okay.
Legend
Oh yeah,
Hearthstone
you'll get
for the
it.
month of whatever this is. I had to
Yeah.
The last
spam a
month.
hunter deck because my other decks weren't doing it. And I
Not the
realized, and
disgusting hunter.
while I was spamming it, I hit 1,000 hunter wins. I said, "Oh
Oh, that's disgusting.
my goodness, that is a little disgusting."
That but yeah, playing hunter, dude, don't even get me started. Anyway,
Okay,
that's disgusting.
all right.
But at least at least you can keep the streak going, so that way when you really want to like play, you can push for like top 500 or so.
Yeah, sure, one day.
Yeah, one day. I mean, one day there'll be a deck out there that you like fall in love with, and you're just gonna be like down to go.
Mm,
Yeah. I
maybe.
mean, but if you keep playing hunter, you might not ever find that deck.
All right, get the legend.
I was just saying,
All
if
right.
you if you play
All
that
right,
hunter
you
deck,
two.
there's only so much aggro one man can take. I was just
Okay.
All right, you two. We gotta let's get off this Hearthstone.
This
Let's head out.
guy cannot hit a
oh,
drive
okay.
50 yards
Okay.
without a
Oh,
drive.
by the way, NBA draft happened.
Brawny.
Ronnie? Ronnie? Who's
Nobody
that?
gives a crap. I was
No.
nobody cares about dude. That
Okay, dude, come on. Even you can't say no one cares about Ronnie, dude. Come on.
I can,
Okay, you'll
dude.
be
Do you know
lying.
how
Of course you
weird
can
that
say that.
was to
That's
see?
not true.
Did you see their draft party?
No, it's
Okay, so just watch the video when like they call his name and they're like watching the TV or whatever. Just in my opinion, and this is mine, and to him, he probably does not see it. He probably won't, right? But like, I felt bad for him
The Brawny.
because yes, I truly do feel bad for him
Mm-hmm.
because in the way that I do is because I truly feel like me personally, I would like to know that I did it on my own. But at the exact same point in time, I would like that I'm in the NBA. Don't get me wrong. And there's some opportunities that might actually get me playing time when I otherwise would not. But like just the idea of that of like the whole thing where they're telling everybody, well, if you drive him, he's going to Australia. Like it's just
that is a little weird.
like it just feels kind of disgusting to me. Like it's staged and like everybody's excited and I'm like, okay, that's cool getting to play with your dad. And yeah, they get you into a spot, so at least you have a shot at it. But I just wonder how he feels about it. Like
I agree with that. If
we'll
he's
never
okay
find
with
out
it,
how
then
he feels.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if he got pushed to go into the league when he didn't want to, then I'd be kind of weirded out by it.
No,
Right.
find out. We will find out. It's gonna be like
Mm,
years. No, it's gonna be like when after he leaves the league or something, where he's like, I never really wanted to play in NBA or something like that.
maybe. Maybe it'd be a Dexerto tweet. Jesus.
Maybe.
All
That's what he's gonna
right,
be. Ronnie,
There's
what
so
are you?
much Dexerto. I
all
don't
right,
even
guys. All
follow
right.
Dexerto, but I get
Oh, dude,
Dexerto.
they
Dude,
push
this
their
so
tweets everywhere.
I don't follow them either. That's just news. They give a lot of news.
oh
Okay.
my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, wrap it up.
No, we need to wrap this up. All right.
Yeah, wrap it
Uh,
up.
Did you hear about Kyle
all right,
Filipowski?
everyone.
I felt bad for
Thank
him.
you for Thank you for coming out to this
I felt bad for him.
episode, watching, listening. Please leave a like and a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you can get notified what the next
Max
episode
that out.
is. Yep,
Mm.
and we're gonna be out. So
Alright.
go ahead.
Always respect the age of consent. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Indeed.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
Peace to Melise.
Later.
Hmm